Queen Emeraldas is a 1978 manga by Leiji Matsumoto, creator of the Legiverse, and various characters. While this manga is not Emeraldas' first appearance, it does focus on Emeraldas and her encounters with a boy named Hiroshi Umino. The story is mostly episodic but carries a recurring theme of dreams. To be more precise, many characters throughout this manga talk about their dreams of venturing into space and living freely. However, many cannot accomplish their goals, resulting in failure and depression. Other messages that Leiji Matsumoto delivers include courage, honor, masculinity, camaraderie, respect, and perseverance. Many of these tales are quite grim and often center on Emeraldas and Hiroshi meeting people, learning about their struggles. At the same time, the manga bears a very cold and somewhat insane lifestyle of manliness. Despite being a space opera, some works of Leiji Matsumoto bear traits of the Western genre. For example, there's a scene where Hiroshi made a deal to ride a ship for free, but the captain and crew member didn't agree to take him there alive, so they try to kill him. Many of these conflicts result in duels where men have to keep their word, leading to some of the most ambiguous cases of both morality and masculinity. What makes this both manly and crazy is the whole universe being filled with these types of people. For whatever reason, there's a lot of degenerates roaming around different planets. Some are murderers, some are wealthy, some are bounty hunters, dictators, or military, but most of these people are very disrespectful. In short, the universe, or the Legiverse in this case, is divided into two groups of people: those who are manly and those who are not manly. I fear the manga can seem ridiculous to some people who aren't well versed into manly anime and manly manga. There are many scenes where characters take their creeds very literally, and anyone who's read this manga probably knows what scene I'm referring to. Moments such as that would often ask the question, what is manliness, or when does pride become a sin? Recently, I completed my list of the top 20 most manly anime characters, where I included Captain Harlock. In that video, I expressed how Harlock manages to be a manly individual, but also bears some questionable traits due to his pirate background. Likewise, Emeraldas herself is very similar to Harlock, being an opposite gender equivalent. Speaking of Emeraldas, while she is present throughout the entirety of the manga, she's not exactly the main center of attention, and the same goes for Hiroshi. I feel it's the people they meet who tend to steal the spotlight, but also allows the reader to witness how Emeraldas reacts to certain situations, hence showing her womanly side. On more than one occasion, Emeraldas has displayed a very womanly personality, teaching Hiroshi the ways to become a man. Several chapters often begin and end with a monologue, detailing her intimate feelings she doesn't want others to know. People refer to her as a mysterious witch, but at the same time, others want to meet her, as she inspires people to attempt fulfilling their dreams. She's an incredible character, but like anything in the Legiverse, many other manga and anime are required to fully explore her character, which is something I am experiencing and can't offer much advice on. But I can say this, despite the manga being called Queen Emeraldas, that's not her name. Queen Emeraldas is the name of her ship, while the character is simply named Emeraldus. The manga has very few flaws, with one of my complaints being the narrative pages. These pages are beautiful to look at, but I feel that Leiji put too many of these narratives, which diminished the impact of the early chapters. At first I was in awe, but as more and more chapters contained this imagery, it just started to come off as a bit unnecessary. The last few chapters in Volume 3 kind of drift into somewhat pointless encounters where Emeraldus battles this man named Death Skull and landing on a water planet. It's interesting, but at the same time, it doesn't really go anywhere. The same can be said for the Siren chapters, since they weren't as long as I hoped when compared to the Queen Emeraldas OVA, which made a better storyline with the Siren. Lastly, the series concludes with an open ending, but that's not really a problem, it's just something you should expect when reading it. There is also a one-shot and a comedic gag chapter included at the end of Volume 4, again, just giving a heads up. Queen Emeraldas is unlike anything I've read before. While it does fall under space opera and western, it also contains aspects of both manliness and womanliness, albeit in a very unique way. In what I have encountered in Leiji Matsumoto's works, they always strive on the importance of manhood, especially to children, which I assume are based on Leiji's own opinions and lifestyle. I can't think of anything else to recommend, other than saying that there is a 4-episode OVA which is based on some chapters and concepts of the manga. Queen Emeraldas is a very short yet intriguing tale of men and women trying to live freely among the stars. To survive in the Legiverse, you have to be a manly man or a womanly woman. I'm the manly anime hero, and I review manga so you can read it.